Hello, teacher.
Hello, Bao. How are you today?
I'm good.
Excellent. I just want to say thank you for joining at this time. I do apologize once again for what happened this morning, but I seem to have figured it out. All right. How was your day today, Bao?
It was normal.
Normal for Saturday?
Yeah.
All right. What do you normally do on a Saturday? Because now I know we normally have our lessons in the morning, but now the whole day has gone by. So what did you do today?
Well, on morning, my dad and me go, jogging.
Jogging? Your dad and you went jogging?
Like we're walking on the side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we go, we always stop at the house. The house has a puppy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know who puppy it is, but it's just there. But it's kind of like sweet and kind of like doing nothing. So my dad gave it food, and every time the puppy see him, he kind of like whack the tail.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. All right. That sounds like a very cute little puppy. Every time you go walking by, you see this puppy?
Yes, but it was very random.
Very random. And how often do you and your dad go walking together or jogging together?
Well, it's only on Saturday.
Only on Saturdays. Okay, great. And what do you do after your jog?
We go home.
Mm-hmm. And what do you do at home?
Well, when we go home, my dad stopped working and I was sleeping.
Okay. You take a nap?
Yes.
Okay. So if you would rate your day or your Saturday out of 10, 10 being great and 1 being not so great, what would you give it? Bao, can you hear me?
No.
Hi, can you hear me? Okay.
You're standing like a stone.
I'm so sorry. Okay, it's back now. I had to switch connections. I have 2 connections. All right, this one is better. You were saying your day, your rating out of 10?
It's 9 out of 10.
Ah, that's wonderful. 9 out of 10 is great. And did you have good weather today?
It was good, but kinda.
How so? Kinda. What
In the morning, it was scorching hot. In the evening, it was cold, but at night, I feel nothing.
Oh, wow. So at night, it's neither hot or cold, scorching or cold. That's a good thing. All right, Bao, let's talk quickly. I would like to review your week. And how was your school week this week? What was the funniest thing you heard throughout your week? If you remember.
At school or at home or both?
Either one. If you can decide what you would like to answer.
Let me remember.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I have one friend.
Mm-hmm.
Let's name her Emily.
Her
She
name?
was kind of the same, just kind of pick a name. It's not really her real name, so yeah, I just picked that name.
Okay.
So we were in the same class. It was at art.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the teachers told us to do something to, make a masterpiece, and it's kind of like we take a box, we build an animal, and then we combine them together to make a forest out of box.
Wow.
Now it seems very easy, but actually we need a lot of box and tools for that. Mm-hmm. And then when I was taking a box, cutting it, my friend over there making Play-Doh, and I said, "Hey, that's just cheating. Why are you using Play-Doh as making animals?" And she says, "Nah, that's just too much of the work." And then just continue her work. I was those days confused. But when we took it and the teacher saw it, she was surprised and says, "This is not supposed to be creative. They're just cheating." And then my friend saw that, and then when she take the box, she walked. She didn't saw that the second step, it was have to go down the stairs.
Oh no!
She was, "Oh no, it's only one step. It's not multiple steps, it's just only one."
Okay.
And then she fall trip, and then I said, "Are you okay?" And then she says, "I'm very okay, but my legs are very bleeding."
Oh, very bleeding?
And then she waddled. And then I helped her to get up, and then I was walking normally, and she was waddling. Waddle like one foot is kind of like pretty normal, the other foot is kind of like not much, kind of walking.
Yeah.
But when she sat down, she kind of like says, "Okay, my legs are getting better, but not too much of an injured one." So my teacher recovered her legs and she was all normal. But when it's like sleeping time, she was walking and then she hit something and then she fall and break her leg again.
Again? She hurt her leg or
Like
broke her leg?
She hurt. It's kind of like a little stain.
Yeah?
Like she was hurt. In class, we're having a job. We also have job in the evening. And I was studying all of them to make the shoes like clean and not just mess up and the mountain. I have to tidy it. And then I saw my friend over there is brooming the class to make it not dirtier, cleaner. But she was walking and the kid at the first class just run at her, but they didn't notice her. So they hit her and then she tumbled, she fell, and then she had a really bad stain. And when I look at it, I feel gross.
Oh no, so she fell and got hurt and you felt gross. Wait, is this your whole answer to that's the funniest thing that happened this week?
No, it's not the funniest thing, but it's the baddest thing.
Okay, so that's
my friend.
Oh.
It's not the baddest thing for me, but it's the baddest thing for my friend.
Okay, so baddest isn't a word, remember? Baddest. The worst thing that happened this week. Okay? Alright, and let's see. Did you learn or what was the hardest thing you had to do this week, in the whole week? This week past.
The hardest thing is, well, nothing really.
Okay. So you had an easy, relaxing, busy week, or?
You might think that, or I might think that, but actually it's kind of like a bit like relaxed, juice, and a bit of sort of anxiety on the top of there.
Oh no.
It's kind of like about math. Well, math is kind of like, a lot of time it was easy, but some of the time it was kind of like confusing and weird. But when the teacher teaching us that, it all come to the easy part.
Okay.
Like how we act.
Okay.
But I remember in the middle of the test, my grade are not the best. It was 7 out of 10. But my grade in math test now, it was 9 out of 10.
Wow, congratulations. Great job. So that was the hardest.
Well, I remember.
Yeah?
Yeah, but what is on 5th class test would be?
What is your 5th class test?
I was kind of like...
Sorry, would you repeat that?
Like, if I was in 5th class and math test was there, and I was... what grade would I have in there?
Are you trying to guess?
I guess. I try to guess.
You're trying to guess. Maybe a 9 out of 10 as well?
Well, in every grade I always get 9 out of 10 in math test. And I think so. But every time in fourth grade, my school just it's different from other school, you know.
Yeah.
Like every school have an east and have their own way, but they still the same. But my school they're just homework, you know, just level up.
Hello, Bao, can you hear me? Hello? Hi, Bao, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Hi, can you hear me, Bao?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I cannot see you. Did you turn your camera? Oh no, I don't think you did. I don't know why it's not. Oh, sorry. Okay, there we go. It's reloaded. I do apologize about that. Okay. So you were saying your school is different in homework? They don't give you that much homework? Is that what you said?
I was so lucky if I have less homework. But at this school, they just level up the homework, you know?
They never give homework?
Do, but it's a hard one.
Oh, so they always give you hard or complicated homework.
Yeah, but except that they have one of the class that always dream of. It's kind of like the class called STEMI.
Okay.
You know that?
STEMI? I think I've heard something similar to it, but I'm not entirely sure.
It was kind of like science, but in creative way.
Yes.
Like, how do we do a fruit? Or how to do a microwave?
Yes, I think
that.
Yeah, I think you told me about that before. I remember now. Yes. All right. Okay, Bao, I just have one more question for you. If you could tell me what would you describe your whole week in one word? What word would you use?
Plain.
Play?
Well, it's kind of like normal.
Oh, plain. Like PLAIN, plain.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see. All right, Bao, let us move on to our work for today. I was going to do something different, but now we don't have that much time left. I'm going to, since I'm having some connection issues, I'm going to turn my camera off when displaying the work so that the connection it can support the connection. All right?
All right,
great. So I'm turning it off and I'm sharing my screen. We are going to do our new work today. So we have been moving on, okay, to something called debate challenge. This is our new work for today, our new module, debate challenge. So this is mainly about having discussions and sharing opinions in a structured and way. But it's very simple, where we support ideas and how can we use phrases and statements to be against certain ideas. But we will learn as we go. This is Unit 1. Have you done Unit 1 already or not yet? Have you seen this before?
Yeah.
Yes, you've done this one?
Yeah.
All right, with a different teacher? Maybe? Okay. All right. I think let's review it then for today, and then we can move on to something new next week. So here we have a Venn diagram. In this Venn diagram, they would like us to think about vocabulary related to books and movies. What vocabulary applies only to a book, a movie, and what applies to both? Can you think of any?
In a book, we kind of need a storyteller.
Storyteller?
In a movie, we kind of need background.
Backgrounds, okay. Yes. Backgrounds or stage or set designs, yes. Backgrounds. I'm going to add, they call it a set design. Is another word for background. Okay. Anything else you can think of?
And both we're gonna use characters.
Characters, good. All right. What else can you think of?
Both we're gonna need enjoy.
Going to enjoy? Is that what you said?
Yes.
A book you're going to enjoy.
No, both.
Both. All right. Yes. That is the feeling that we get from reading a book and watching a movie. How do we feel? We enjoy it. That is related to feelings. But what is vocabulary related to books and movies? Like storytellers, characters, set designs. How about a book is a page? Let's say simply pages as well. Is the pages. And a movie is Hi, Bao, can you hear me? Okay. So,
a movie electricity.
Okay, we're going to need electricity or power, yes. Okay. Electric.
Yeah.
City. Okay. How about, all right, so we have characters in both. Set design in one story. Who do you think tells the people what to do or how to put the movie together? What do we call that person? In a movie, do you know?
Let me remember the name.
All right, if you don't know, that's okay. I can help you out.
Actors.
Okay, yes. Actors is...
Maybe actor.
Sorry?
It's actors.
Okay, actors is this nearly like characters. Okay, the actors are the people who make the characters come to life. So I can say actors. But how about the guy who says cut or roll scene or something like that? Him we call the director. A movie has a director and another thing, producer. Okay. What do you think a book has? The person who promotes the book, or we already have the storyteller. But how about, what do we call the person who promotes the book or sells the book? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay, that's okay.
No.
All right. If you don't know, I would advise make a little diagram like this on a notepad for you. If you have one in front of you, make the same one, and then we can write it down and we have it together. So another word or vocabulary that is related to a book is called a publisher. Publisher, just like a movie has a director and a producer, books have publishers. All right? Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. Another word for storyteller is author. Okay, author. All right, what else do you think they have in common?
They have in common?
Mm-hmm.
Having in common. I don't know.
Okay. All right. I'm going to put a few more things down. Again, if you have a notebook in front of you, please recreate this diagram in there and you can place it there. So A book has pages, but a movie is a film. Each have a setting. Both have a setting or backgrounds. The author often says at the park and it was quiet. The trees were dancing in the wind. The lake was how do I say, creating music, singing a melody, or not singing a melody, humming a melody perhaps, so on. Okay, so I would say write these few things down. There are probably more, but let's write it down. So I wouldn't say electricity. Okay, yes, electricity. Movies have more electricity in as well. Okay, what else does movies have? I think maybe movies have some graphics, effects perhaps, and graphics. Okay, a book. Let's see. Yeah, I think that is it. Let's see, a book has pages, a storyteller, characters, a setting, publisher. That is things related to a book. So in a movie, there are a few more things that happen, or vocabulary related to movie. I don't really... Electricity is one, but I don't think it's a strong point, so I'm going to remove it. This is more vocabulary related to film. Alright, let me know when you have completed writing that down. Then we will move on to the next section.
I'm done.
Okay, brilliant. Excellent. So that is what we learned, that both movies are... Now, I think we might have discussed this before, but let's review. Do you like to read books or watch movies?
I like both.
Both? Alright. Do your parents want you to read books or watch movies?
Well, read books.
Read books, yes. Okay, number 3. Is it better to learn by reading a book or watching a movie? What do you think?
Watching a movie.
Okay. Is that a fact or your opinion?
My opinion.
Okay, that is your opinion. Well,
Yeah.
Can you name one fact about this question? What is a fact? It is better to learn reading a book or watching a movie. Do you know any facts?
Well, reading a book has more knowledge, but movies are much faster.
Okay, good. So that's a fact about reading book, but you were able to rebuttal it by saying, but movies are more fun. Okay, good. All right, Bao, we are going to read about reading a book or watching a movie. All right, we're going to read the article and answer a few more questions about it. All right, are you ready? All right, go ahead and please read.
I'm ready.
All right, go ahead and please read the paragraph. Out loud,
A
sorry.
long time ago, the only way to enjoy it was by listening to a storyteller. These days, people can enjoy stories through books and stories. Some people believe that it is better to read books. For the read stories. Next, books help us to learn. When we read, we can improve our reading skill, learn new vocabulary, and learn about good grammar, too. In addition, reading books in a different language is a great way to improve our language abilities. However, other people think that watching a movie is much better. One reason is that movies are quick short. Most films are only around 2 hours long. People are busy these days, but they often have enough time to enjoy a film. In addition, watching movies is easy. Students are usually tired after reading books all day, and they don't want to read when they get home. If students watch a movie, all they need to do is sit down, press the play button, and relax.
Excellent. Okay. Great job. Now, let us answer some questions. If you need me to scroll up, please just say, can you just tell me, please scroll up, okay? All right. How did people enjoy stories long ago? So, based on this text, based on what we just read.
Well, by a storyteller.
Good, by a storyteller. Why is it helpful that stories have a lot of information? Would you like me to?
Because in there, we will read more and know about the complicated at watching a movie. Reading is just much more easier to know than movies.
Okay. Why is it helpful that stories have a lot of information? All right, good. Let's quickly see what they have said. They have a lot of... So the reader can learn many things about characters and story. Okay. Help us to learn. All right. How can books help us learn?
Well, by reading books, we can learn our language ability and know much more about the world when we grow up and know about much more knowledge.
Mm-hmm. And anything else from the text that you see that says how do we learn when we read books?
It's reading skills, learning about vocabulary, and learn about good grammar.
Good. So good grammar, reading skills, and new vocabulary. How long are most movies?
They can be in 1 hour.
Okay, yeah. I think the text said that most movies are about 2 hours long. All right, don't forget, if you need help, please tell me to scroll up, okay? If you need some assistance. So, yes, an hour 30 minutes sometimes, maybe 2, plus minus 2 hours. And then the last question over here. Why is it easy to watch a film?
Well, students are very tired after reading books all day, so watching a film is easy. So it's just that they press play button and just relax and watch the movie.
Excellent. Well done. I see that you actually remembered that little bit. Great job. Well done. All right. Now, I'm going to move on to the next exercise, which is a vocabulary check. But before we do that, we are running out of time on this meeting, but we still have a few minutes left of this lesson. So we are going to stop and then come back and then continue with our exercise. Do you understand?
I'm gonna leave.
All right, but please come back.